All right, several months ago, I've posted a couple videos on the new construction projects I'm doing this year in Colorado, and I just got the final draw from my contractor, so all the numbers are in. We paid for the last few line items. They're being installed now, so a lot of the finishes are going in, and they haven't sold yet, which I'm not particularly surprised by because they aren't done. Usually buyers want to see the finished product, but the numbers are final. So I thought I'd make a quick video on this because everyone's wondering, what's happening. It's June 2025. People are afraid of construction materials and going crazy with the tariffs. And short answer is materials went up a bit, but the labor came down a bit, and so we're right on budget. So for anyone that didn't see the videos that I'd posted prior, this is the plan I'm building: 1,590-ish square feet, 3 bed, 2 bath, 6 foot crawl space, 2 car garage, pretty straightforward entry level home in Colorado. So let's look at the numbers. Here are all the projected numbers, and then we've gotten 5 draws, and here are the numbers as we go. And if you look, we saved a little money on engineering, permit fees, water and sewer taps went up a bit. And for anyone back east, this is probably outrageous, but this is what you get in the desert where water is scarce. Continuing along, save some money on excavation. Again, the theme here is we saved money on labor and we were over budget on a lot of materials. And so it worked out. Concrete is expensive, right? So we're a little over here, a little over on all the sidewalks and driveways and so on. Just about on budget with the labor. Again, plumbing fixtures were over budget. Continuing along, same sort of thing here, although more on budget with electrical, little under on HVAC. Again, over on materials for framing, but under on the labor. With the roof, we were quite a bit over. This was one of the rough line items, and I'm not sourcing all of this stuff. My contractor does it. She just sends me the draws. Continuing along, right on budget for stucco, way under on garage doors, which was surprising. I think they found a special there and got a little lucky. Actually under for windows and doors, so that's interesting. Um, Trim, right on, right on, right on. Drywall, a little bit over. Insulation, a little bit over. Painting, a little bit over. And continuing along, we were on budget for flooring, cabinets, countertops, looking good there. And then we have the $7,000 contingency, which was budgeted, which absorbs much of the overages. So she didn't pull the overages down here. She left them in the line items. But all that to say, we ended up, I still owe the last general contractor fee, which I don't pay until it's 100% complete. But if we add that to this total, we're at 258, 804, and 1 cent. And the budget was 259, 400. Now, I still have to pay for the ILC, the improvement location certificate for both houses. So there'll be a little bit more expense, but overall, with this contingency, we are right on budget for the construction, which is excellent because I thought, when these tariffs started hitting and we started building these in February, I'm thinking, shoot, we are going to be way over budget. And the other thing we are under budget on is going to be the loan interest because we are less than 4 months into these builds and they are finishing. They're doing countertops this week. That's excellent, especially I'm not the contractor. If you're the contractor, you're very motivated. I've seen builds like this get done closer to 3.5 months. But for not being the contractor and outsourcing this and getting it done, and it'll be about exactly 4 months, that's excellent. So here's some pictures from a couple weeks ago. These are a little outdated. I'm waiting for for the finishes to be complete before we get updated photos, but pretty straightforward, simple floor plan, nothing special, just for this market, entry level. There's almost nothing available for new construction under 400, so I think these will sell well, and their location is pretty nice. Killer natural light, views of the mountains, so I think these things will sell. It's not been the strongest market ever this year, but it's more normal. And so that is reflected also in the numbers where there hasn't been the volatility that we dealt with in 2020, 2021, and 2022. So we're right on budget. So, anyways, that's what two new builds in Colorado come to price-wise or construction materials-wise in 2025. I'd be curious if anyone's building, if they're seeing anything different or the same.